Hello legends, welcome back to Lazarus Gaming, and we are continuing with the character creation series, and today we're in Rift by Tryon Worlds. This game is the game I went to after I left World of Warcraft. As you can see, I had fair few characters in here. I don't know what the current play level, maximum level is, but I'm assuming it's at least 65. It must be higher than that by now because I haven't been in this game in a long time. I heard this game has become massively pay to win, and that there's a lot of stuff in it that has ruined the population, which is kind of Tryon's ballpark when it comes to games. But we're going to do a new character in this anyway. I can't do one on this shard, unfortunately, because I have too many characters on here. So we're just going to flick over to a different one and set up a brand new one. Okay, so you have Defiance and Guardian. Okay, so I'm going to have to do two because I need to be able to show both. So we'll do the Guardians first. I think I have to change to another shard after this to do another one as well. So the Guardians are chosen of the gods, brought back from death to save the world from the corruption of the dragons. Each Guardian has a destiny, great destiny, to become a celestial hero. And Defiance have taken fate into their own hands, turning away from the vigil to pursue their own plan. They harness the power of the planes to fuel magical technologies for the defense of Talara. Okay, so I vaguely remember this. The Defiance are very technology minded. They created a gateway that powered them to be able to travel back in time, I think was the story, so that they could try and prevent a disaster that destroys their world in the future. And Guardians are sent back by the gods, from memory. It's, like I say, it's been a long time since I've played this game. So we'll go into the Guardians first. So fairly decent looking characters and character creator. It's good. For the age of the game, this game is... I want to say this game has to be a decade at least. So yeah, it was initially released in 1st of March 2011. So it is coming on to being a decade old. So that's quite cool. It's kind of, it's still holding up fairly well graphically. It's not, like Desert Online or anything, but it's definitely still playable, and it's not like it's Ultima Online. So you have, what's this, human, male and female, or Mathosian, male and female, a high elf, male and female, and dwarf, obviously, because there's always dwarfs on the goodie side. So we'll actually do one of each. So we'll go into a little bit of a gear preview here as well. Oh my god, what is that? Now that's a bit better looking. That's kind of cool. This must be based on, I don't know how they're giving gear when they don't know what the class is yet, but that's quite nice looking. Okay, so we've got warriors. Oh, there we go. Yeah, okay, there we are. So there's your basic starting gear. I'm not sure end level gear, I think. Although I doubt that it's still the end game gear. Cleric, mage. This is one of the reasons I liked Rift. I played Rift for a long time, and I liked the races, human, elf, dwarf, and I liked the classes. Warrior, cleric, mage, rogue. Primalist is a new one that was added. Oh, it's not new now, but it's the newest out of all of them. This one was added later on in one of the expansions, and it's more like a nature a nature or character, I guess. But this is something they changed as well. Everybody can be everything. So you can be, everyone can be a mage, everyone damage dealer, sorry, everyone can be a healer, everyone can be support, everyone can be tank. And this is where it started to go wrong with this game, is when they implemented this and made it crap. Like I don't see why every class has to be able to do everything. I think the idea behind it was to try and resolve, was to resolve the shortage of healer and tanks for dungeons and things like that. But I just don't agree with rogues being a tank or a healer. You know, I don't agree with a warrior being a healer unless it's a paladin. You know, and it's just crap. I just don't think it's very good, and I think it's bollocks, and they shouldn't have done it. But we're not discussing that because that is to do with game, and we're just doing character creation. So as you can see, you've got the main classes, so they do look cool as well. Like, look at that armor for the cleric. The cleric looks the bollocks. All of the classes in this game, their outfits look brilliant. I'll flick over to my other shard in a minute and flick through the characters I've got on there, so you can see some like level 65 gear or 60 gear. So what we're going to do is we're going to go, I like the muted colors, like but the costumes look, you know, they look bulky. They look like proper armor that somebody could wear in these sort of periods. You know, you could see this guy in court as the king's advisor, an assassin. You can, and I think you can change the colors as well. There's dyes in the game, so you can make this guy all black if you wanted to. So we'll go, let's just do rogue. So you have dual wielding daggers. What is this? What is your purpose? Oh, okay. Because of the healing and that sort of thing, you get different builds that can be made, and these are actually made by the community, I think. So like, you see how it says guild guide and build provided by Jerry. That one's by Jerry, by Muspel, Piper Thomas. Nothing on that one. And the grins. So, but you don't have to stick to these. These are just a guide to help you, because their actual the talent system is quite complicated in this game. Unless it's changed back to being fairly simple. But I might do a video later on the talent system in this game as well, because I did love this game so much when it was good. And it'd be interesting to have another little hunt around. So we want to go Night Stalker, an offensive rogue who can strike from the shadows to quickly overcome their foes with fiery damage. And now we're in the creator. So what you have is the face, so you can make your face fatty, more slim, muscular, or just in between, and you can add different features, like change the features with a slider. Do you find one that's quite good? I like that one. It looks quite good. Probably bring the nose down slightly, but besides that, eye colors, good range of eye colors that you can choose from. You know, different, nothing too crazy, not like reds or anything like that, but it's quite good. You get quite a lot of options within each color area, within each palette. The scale of the eyes, so you can make your eyes bigger. Rotation, make yourself a bit more Asian looking, or just very sad looking, like a basset hound. And then eyebrows, different types of eyebrows on a slider. So we'll go with something like that. Nose is the size of your nose, so you can have it. Nothing crazy though, like very realistically normal noses and mouths, body shapes. Your mouth, you can have it pinched or very wide. So sliders, but nothing crazy with the sliders, just like decent normal standard sliders. Then you got your hair colors. Now the hair color you can go a bit weird with. So most of my characters are always white haired. Even though they have young faces, I make them white haired just because I like it. And if I click this, yeah. It's different hair slots. Okay, so different hairstyles. So there's some weird punky hairstyles on that one, and the standard hairstyles on this one. So let's just flick through these ones. So he's got just a brush back. Let's get back a bit from him. Nothing too crazy, just normal haircuts, ponytail. Bit of a Northman style look, that's actually quite cool. And then shaved head. And if we go to the other one, select the extendeds, you get the weird. That's actually quite a cool one. And then the long dreads. So let's switch back to the classics and get that Northman haircut. There we go, looks quite cool. And then markings, that's all the shit on my face. So the tattoo, you can actually get rid of that. So we scroll in, let's get a color that's really obvious, like black or blackish. Try and find where that black was. There. Okay, so it's got that. I'm not a fan of tattoos on faces in the creator, especially if there's no like way to remove them at any point in the game. So I tend to have nothing as a tattoo, and I add stuff later on, like masks or whatever. So beards and mustaches, bit stubble, that's it. And then you got skin colors, so just standard skin colors though, nothing too crazy in that one. But and there you go. So these must be purchased. This selection can be purchased in game by visiting the barbershop. So yeah, that's what I was looking for. I knew there was these options were in there, that you could go to a barbershop and buy stuff. Then there's just presets, and that is the character creation for the males in Rift. And there's nothing else after this. That's it, I think. So if I just do, let me just take that out. Yeah, so the next thing is it actually loads the game in. So not too crazy, not too complex. Let's just check out the elven females and see what they get. So we've got a different race, different class. She's still a rogue, I think, in the class section. So we'll just flick over to the class. You see that, and the costumes change for the male and females as well. Not a huge amount. They obviously just get a bit skimpier for the females because, you know, why not? They're actually almost the same. In fact, they are the same. That seems very lazy development wise. Okay, so I think I've chosen a primalist on this one. Yeah, actually sod that, let's just go cleric. Again, same movement as well, same sound and everything. So we've got the classic board and sword, and then these are the damage ones. So, oh, this one gets a pet. That's interesting. Oh, that's interesting. This must still be the prime list. No, cleric. Okay. Fascinating. This is new. I know this didn't happen before. I've never seen this happen on a cleric before. So these are new things, I think. They must have added new skills or something. Obviously we're going to go with this one because it's the healer. So again, all the feature set is almost exactly the same. The only differences would be makeup in this one. You can choose different makeup colors, which is basically just your lipstick. And that's it. Let me just confirm that this is the actual last screen, and then you go back to the selection screen. Yeah, okay. It is.
The king of Mythosia would have sacrificed the world to Regulus the Destroyer. The faithful rebelled against his heresy, the tyrant, and put his armies to the sword. Defeated in battle, he turned to the machines of the Defiance. Their devices drew upon the power of the dragon, a power they could not control. This is the day the rifts came. This is the day we died. But the gods of the Vigil intervened.
Yeah, so this is the Guardian side.
And ascended the worthy, not for their virtue, but for their might. In you, they placed their faith, their hope, and their power. You are our salvation. You are a guardian.
It's very cool. This game, when it first came out, was so good. Even now, I can remember all of this section. It was so much fun and so good. So there's your basic. I'm going to get about 1,000 achievements come up now, because I think the achievements are account wide, and I've done them on all my characters. So let's just log this one out. Log her out. And I think that's pretty much it from the creation side. I don't think there is anything else different. So let's try Defiant, and I'll just show you the... Oh, you can do this. You didn't used to be able to do this. You couldn't, if you made a Guardian, you were locked to Guardians on that shard. You couldn't be Guardian and Defiant on the same shard. So it's interesting they've changed that now. So on this one we have the Eth, which is the same as Mythosian, just slightly different. We've got the Kalari, who are, you know, the elf equivalent, I suppose. And then instead of dwarves, you have the Barmy, who are kind of just like, I guess, giants or semi-giants, maybe. They're like I think they were a slave people or something. Race of strong, clever people who excel both in the arts of war and crafts. I thought they were slaves that rebelled and became free. I might be thinking of a different game. Yeah, okay. So, and their armor will probably be very similar, if not exactly the same, to... yeah. To the Guardians, which is a shame. They should make it different. They're a different faction. They should have different armor. Yeah, and it's all exactly the same besides that. So there is each one. And what I'll do is I'll quickly pop on to my other... So I've got two characters on Wolfsbane. I don't think these are very high. No, these would have been where I was playing for playing again, I think, with my brother or something. And then these were my original characters. These are the ones I've had throughout the game from the start to when I quit. So I've never had... When I play games, if I play a warrior, I play them for damage. I don't play them to be a tank. I'm a terrible tank and I don't like the responsibility of being a tank. The same reason I don't play healers, because I don't want to be responsible for being a healer in a raid. I'm not... I get distracted and people die all the time. So I tend to play rogues and mages and DPS characters. But these are my ones. So I got warrior. It's cool looking at them again. I can't remember these actually. That's quite cool gear. And so all this is dyed. This armor, you can actually dye it. Like, it doesn't come that color, obviously. So they've got an in-game dye system, which is quite cool. Hers is pretty basic stuff. I think I bought this off the cosmetics store and then just dyed it. My mage. I had 2 mages. I think they have different different talent specs. One of them is like a necromancery type, which is why I have her dressed like this, I think. And the other one is like a pure elemental damage dealer. Although I would suspect if I log in now, it'll tell me to reset on my tree. This is the cleric I was working on. A lot of fun solo. I haven't played it in a group or anything, I don't think, that I can remember. And this is where I was trying out this new class, the Primalist, and I haven't really made any effort on that one. So yeah, character creation's not the most complex. Like, there's not a huge amount of sliders or anything. In fact, there's none really. But because of the customization of the outfits, you can have the same gear as another person, and dyeing it makes it look different. Or you add in a couple of pieces that are different, like the cape and with the wings on it in this case, and it makes it look completely different. So you're not the same as every other character that's level 60. And I like that in a game, and that's why one of the things I liked about Rift. Plus the game was fun to play. From memory, the combat was a lot of fun. I might do a video on Rift as well. God, I've got all these games I need to do videos on now. I'll do like an old school MMO series where I go level 1 to, you know, level 20 or 30 or something, depending on the game, just so I can see what they are. Or I'll break out my high level characters and have a go. So if you want to see that, let me know in the comments. And if you like this video, click like, click subscribe, and click the ding dong to be notified when I upload new ones in this series or in another series. Thanks for hanging out. See ya.